All right, we're going to look at ALEKS, and I just wanted to show you a couple things as we're coming at the end of week 4 here. But a couple comments were coming up, and so I just wanted to share a few things. So first thing, when you're within ALEKS, you go on your homepage, the pie is really your overall goal for our course. And right now it says 15, that represents 15 topics. If I click on it, it turns into a percentage. So right now it's showing me that I have 12% of the pie done. Your goal by the end of our course is really to have 100% here. Now, some of you guys might not make it all the way to 100%, but you should be getting pretty close. Now, for your ALEKS grade, I'm going to take the higher of 2 scores. So what I mean is you're either going to get the 12%, which will be hopefully a lot more by the end of this course, or if you go into the menu on the top left, a little hamburger, 3 bars there, and there's Gradebook. If you click on that, there's a scoring here that shows you how you've been doing so far. So hopefully yours does not look like mine with all these 0%, but you can see that 0% is my current overall ALEKS grade. So if it was the very end of the semester and I was going to be giving myself a grade for ALEKS, it would be taking the higher of that 0% or that 12%, so I would get the 12%. Now, those scores are different because this score inside ALEKS has to do with completing all of the objectives on time by the required due date. Now, sometimes life happens and maybe you miss a due date, so you're not able to complete it and get your 100% that you would like. And so I wanted to show you one of the things that I have going on as we get into our exam week, which is next week, is that you can go back to old topics and fill in your pie. So, I mean, if your score looks like this within your gradebook, all 0%, then your goal is going to be to go in and complete the ALEKS pie. And so what I mean by that is if you go back to your home, you have a couple things going on here. Overall, this pie has a total of, let's see, 111 plus 15. It has 126 topics that you need to complete by the end of this class. And you can see that I have 111 remaining. And so that's how I'm going to fill up the pie, is by completing those topics. And so where are those topics? Well, normally when you go into your ALEKS, over on this left side, it'll say start my path and give you a due date. So right now, this is due by Sunday. Now, some of you guys are working way ahead, so instead of saying start my path, it might have the next objective and it might say working toward. So you know you are not done if it says something like 0 of 8 topics here due Sunday. You know that's what you should be working on. So I'm going to click on that so you can kind of see what's happening. And this should all look really familiar to you. So it right away puts you into what it thinks you should be learning. Now there's a little arrow up on the top left here. If you click on that, it's going to open up and show you all the cards that cover all the objectives. Now, if you notice, on the front page, it said I had 0 of 8 topics, but then over here on the top right, it says 10 topics. The reason for the 10 topics here, and the reason why some of you might say, I've been working so much and it still says 0 out of 8, it's because it's giving you prerequisite topics. Those are topics that ALEKS thinks, because it's personalized to you, thinks that you need to do those things in order to be successful on the assigned objectives. So when you look at each of these cards, these are one of the objectives for our class. The little diamond means it's a goal topic. That means it's one of the ones I assigned. And so this next card here, you can see it does not have that little diamond. That means it's just something that ALEKS thinks you should be able to do before you complete one of the other goal topics in the lesson set here. You can see this one over here is also doesn't have that little goal, so that's going to be one of the prerequisite topics. Now, if you're working on this first objective right here for a while and you're just not feeling very good about it and you just want to try something different, you can click on one of these and try and complete one of these. None of these are locked at this moment, so you can just kind of flip around. If it has a little lock symbol, let's see, do any of them have it? Okay, this last one here has a lock symbol, which means you can't just click on that to do it. It wants you to complete all these other things. But all these other things do not have any locks on them, so that means you can click in and try those things. Now these are all for the current objective, which is listed up at the top. It says functions, sequences, and basic graphs, which is the one due this Sunday. Now if I click on this little arrow, I'm going to show you one more time how I got here. So this was the page that ALEKS opened up for me. I clicked on this little down arrow, then I clicked on the arrow up here, and this shows you all of the objectives that we've had for the class. So you can see these first 3 that hopefully you completed and they don't say 0% on them. But you can see for this current one that I have 8 total. Those again are the ones I assigned, but then ALEKS says I have actually, 8 plus 2, I have 10 because it gave me some prerequisite ones. Now all of my old objectives and future objectives are all locked right now. What happens once I finish the current objective, all of these become unlocked. So you can go back and work on them and work on completing your ALEKS Pi. Now what I've done for every exam week is created something called an exam number 1 open Pi. This is not the actual exam that you're going to be taking for our class. This is just a way for me to kind of open up the Pi, because once you complete the one objective here, which a lot of you guys will probably already have 100% on that, you probably already completed it. If not, you complete that one thing and then all these things are unlocked, so you can go back to these old things and complete them, which as you complete them, that will fill up the ALEKS Pi. Okay, and you can like kind of look ahead. There's another one for exam 2 where it opens up the Pi. That's the goal of that. It opens up the Pi, so then it unlocks everything for you. Now to get to, just so you can kind of see where our exams and even some due dates, I want to go back to my home. And if you click on the bottom right here, you can click on calendar. And so when I'm in the calendar, you can look at 1 week at a time, 2 weeks at a time. Right now it happens to be set, well, it was at 2 weeks, at 1 week. So you can see that it wants you to finish factoring part 2, and 3 was due by January 31st. It shows an exam open Pi. Let's see if we look at 2 weeks. There we go. You can see the one that's due on Sunday, which is what we were looking at, the function sequences and basic graphs. You can see other 2 have already kind of passed. I think I put in exam number 4 open Pi. Not quite sure. I might need to change the date on that one. But you can just kind of see, looking ahead, exam 1 review is hanging out here, and exam number 1 is here. So those are assignments. You can see they look a little different. They have a little square on them compared to the circle. The circle is an objective that I had assigned for you guys. You can even do a month view if you want. It's a little harder to read what's going on there. I'd prefer the 2-week view. And so what's going to happen when you come in, because it's not available till February 8th, on your home page, it will say that you have that assignment, but you can also go in and look at this list of assignments. And so within this list of assignments, you can see the current objective, things that are closed right now. Oh, I see why exam 4 was there, because it showed me that I got 100%. So there's some stuff in these open Pis that is from kind of some of the slightly easier material, and so it already just shows that I have that done. It doesn't mean exam 4 is done, it just means I have that topic done, so when it gets to exam 4, I'll have an open Pi already. I won't have to do a single objective. If you click on the top here, it says view upcoming, so I click on that, and let's see if I scroll back up, you can kind of see the things that are upcoming. For exam number 1, it says 1 of 1 remaining, so you're going to have 2 hours and 20 minutes to complete that exam. It has a start date that's available and a due date. And once you start it, you only have those 2 hours and 20 minutes. Please make sure that you are showing work on scratch paper, and you will upload that into Canvas. Now, this says that it's a test, but I created an exam 1 review. It has a few more questions than the exam, but just so you can get a feel for what the exam will be like. You have unlimited attempts at that, and if you do it and then you want to try it again, you can go over just the 1 problems that you missed. But this is nice because it gives you immediate feedback. So this is available February 8th and due by February 14th, but you for sure want to do it before February 14th because you're going to take the exam before then. So again, how I got there was just clicking in the little toolbar over here and click on assignments. And so you can see the current assignments. If you want to view upcoming, I did that. And then they should be clickable. So just like this is clickable right here where it says current, I can click on it and it will take me into that objective. You'll be able to click to see the exam. So if any other questions come up or you have any other concerns or anything, just make sure that you send me an email. And yeah, hope this helps you. Have a great day.